Hey, sports fans, I'm Marius Roman. Appreciate your time today. This is another edition of Red Sea TV's R&D Sports Show. I am flying solo today. My co-host, Eugene DeHelian, is playing hooky today. He's actually up in Hillsboro with the MCC Hialassie softball team. They have a game up there against Hill College today, and he's one of the commentators for the softball team there, and he has to travel with them. So you got me today. Well, all right, guys. Well, as we speak, right now the Masters Golf Tournament is taking place in Augusta. And last I heard, Tiger was 2 under after 8 holes. And this tournament's going to go all through the whole weekend, all the way up until Sunday for the final round. Stay tuned, guys. Watch the tournament. A lot of interesting storylines. Of course, you got Phil Mickelson. Of course, you got Tiger Woods and Lindsey Vonn being there supporting him. Then you got Caroline Wozniacki, the tennis player, the girlfriend of Rory McIlroy, participating and watching. So get into it, guys. A lot of storylines this weekend. Follow that tournament. Well, as far as the typical show that we do when it comes to recaps every toward the end of the week, we always like to talk about the NBA when it comes to the Dallas Mavericks, Houston Rockets, and San Antonio Spurs. Well, my Dallas Mavericks last night, they lost to the Phoenix Suns. They are officially out of the playoff picture. And then on top of that, they did win last Friday against Sacramento, and then they won Sunday against Eugene's Portland Trailblazers. But like I said, they lost last night. Based upon what they do for the next 4 games, doesn't matter. They are out. So it's up to the Lakers and the Utah Jazz now to fight for that 8th spot in the West. Then, of course, you got the Houston Rockets. They are playoff bound, guys. Great organization. James Harden trade was a big reason why they're there. Of course, they won Friday against Eugene's Portland Trailblazers. Then they lost Saturday versus Denver at Denver. But they did win Tuesday versus Phoenix. So they are playoff bound. Then, of course, you got San Antonio, which they lost Thursday at OKC, which this is the first time where OKC is now in first in the West, which I predicted that would be the case by the end of the season. And they are number 2. They did win Saturday versus Atlanta, but they lost Wednesday at Denver, which those 2 losses that during that week dropped them out of first place in the West. But, of course, I mentioned most teams have about 3 to 4 games left till the end of the season, till the playoffs start. Dallas Friday versus Denver, Sunday at New Orleans, Monday versus Memphis, and then Wednesday again at home, finishing off the season versus New Orleans again. Then, of course, you got Houston Friday versus Memphis at home, Sunday versus Sacramento at home, Monday at Phoenix, and Wednesday at the LA Lakers. And then, of course, you got the San Antonio Spurs, which Friday they play at, or I take that back, they play at home against Sacramento, Sunday at the LA Lakers, Monday at Golden State, and finish off Wednesday versus Minnesota. Playoffs time, really awesome time to be around. We'll get you caught up and we'll keep you informed on what's going on that front, guys. Now, game of the week. Now, in the past, I haven't done so well. Eugene's won the last many in a row. And this last time, I won. The New York Knicks won their game against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And I basically am 2-4 now. Eugene's 4-2. And coming up to this game of the week for this week, we have Sunday's game, which is San Antonio at the LA Lakers. Important for the LA Lakers because, like I mentioned, they are in the playoff hunt for that last playoff spot in the West. So very important. Eugene has told me that he wants to go with the Lakers. I want San Antonio. Actually, I want San Antonio. I just wanted to make sure that was right. So we'll see what happens, guys. Great end of the season. Keep it up. We'll keep informing you guys of what's going on. Now, recently we talked a little bit about the NCAA when it comes to the basketball tournament, not only the NIT but also the NCAA tournament. Well, we recently saw Louisville Cardinals on Monday night beat the Michigan Wolverines 82-76. Now, obviously, there's a lot of storylines during that game. One of the best games I've seen in a long time played in the national championship game. Great young players, great team camaraderie. But one thing that I really did not like is the fact that Trey Burke was out for the first 12, or for a good 12 minutes during that first half because he had 2 fouls. He's an All-American. He's a player of the year. He should not have been out for that long, but it is what it is. They were up during that time. I think they should have kept the gas pedal down and kept going and keeping him in the game. That would have helped tremendously, but it is what it is. Congratulations to Coach Pitino and the Louisville Cardinals for winning this year's national championship. And speaking of Coach Pitino, he just recently, the same day when he played the national championship on Monday, he was also confirmed to be going into the Hall of Fame. So congratulations to him, Gary Payton, Bernard King, and some others that were also inducted. Congrats to them. They deserve it. Now, we also want to focus on baseball because baseball is up and coming right now. The season is already underway. We're very big fans of the Texas Rangers here, and we also want to make sure we keep informed of the Houston Astros. Now, Texas is 6-3. They're behind Oakland in their division. Again, it's the early part of the season. They won 2 out of 3 against the Tampa Bay Rays. And they're going to play Thursday through Sunday, 4 games at Seattle, which is Eugene's team. So we'll see how that works out. And then, of course, you got Houston, the Astros. They're 3-6 right now. They won 2 out of 3 from Seattle again. So Seattle's not doing too well at the beginning of the season. But they play Friday through Sunday at the LA Angels, which the LA Angels didn't do so well when they came to town against Texas with Josh Hamilton because, once again, the Texas Rangers won 2 out of 3 from them. So congrats to the Rangers. Justin Grimm is being called up from the minors to participate. Of course, Nick Tepesh is that 5th starter that Texas went with, but Matt Harrison isn't doing so hot right now, so he's got some inflammation. So Justin Grimm was called up to play their first game tonight against King Felix in Seattle. So good luck to Justin Grimm with that. And then, of course, we got our local scene here, guys, when it comes to Baylor and MCC. We want to make sure we keep you informed about what's going on. As you know, the Baylor men's basketball team won the NIT tournament at Madison Square Garden in New York. They actually won against Iowa, and pretty convincingly from what we saw in that game. They won 74-54 by 20. It was a blowout. Pierre Jackson was named the most outstanding player of the tournament. Congrats to him. What a young man. What a career he had for Baylor. He's going to be one of the top draft picks in this coming draft, no doubt. And then, of course, you also had the women's side, which Louisville also participated in the women's national championship, but they lost convincingly 93-60 to the UConn women, which Baylor beat earlier in the season. So unfortunate for Baylor in general, for the women to not be there where they, I think they could have been easily to win the national championship, but UConn wins their 8th title at this point. Congrats to the UConn women's national basketball team. And then, of course, we have Brittney Griner here at Baylor. She won her back-to-back Naismith Award as the Player of the Year, as well as also the Defensive Player of the Year. Why not, right? As tall as she is, she's blocking, she's scoring, she's dunking. She's going to be a great young lady to watch. We're going to see what happens with her in the WNBA draft when it comes here pretty soon. And then on top of that, you have the MCC Sports that's going on right now. Of course, you have the men's baseball. They split Saturday versus Weatherford. They also split against Temple, and they also play at Temple today as well, and then also versus Temple on Saturday. Then, of course, you got the women's softball team, like I mentioned, where Eugene is at right now at Hill College. They split Saturday versus Ranger, and they split Monday versus North Central, and they'll be at Hill today playing a ball game, and then also at Vernon on Saturday. So go out and support and watch the MCC baseball and the women's softball team participate. Keep in mind, guys, that one of our sponsors here on the show is Johnny's Office Systems. We don't want to forget about them. We want to make sure that you guys are aware and know what's going on. If you are a company in this particular Central Texas area, and if you have problems with, say, you have so many different documents, you have papers all over the place, file folders all over the place, you can't even see the floor, you want to go paperless, guys, get in contact with your local consultant here in the Waco area, 254-424-1042. They can help you with the document management software program to clear that up and to get more organized. I appreciate your time today, guys. Once again, it was just me here, Marius, by myself flying solo today, but pretty soon Union's going to be back. We'll be back up and ready to go. I appreciate your time today. I'm Marius Roman, and you've watched recently a episode of Red Sea TV's Sports Talk Show R&D. I'm Marius. Thank you, guys. Peace out.